Okay, tell me if you think this is related. I mean, all the money the Niners have spent the last few years on players, it's like exponential what these signing bonuses have become.
Mm-hmm.
What they're going to have to pay this year for Kittle and Purdy and Greenlaw, who knows? It's been reported that they're looking into selling 10% of the team. Do you think it's possible that the
Do they
money they've
own?
spent is related to the money they're trying to bring in?
Do they own 100%? Like, are they
Apparently, yes.
okay? So I mean, 10% is not that bad, but yeah, I agree. I think it's a mix, right? I think their financials are a mess, and they know we're about to be. I don't think we'll ever be bad. Like I think it's like especially with Kyle, like that's one thing I can give him. Like I feel like we'll always be a solid team. But yeah, signing bonus probably have hit. I also think that Levi's was kind of a bust. Like I feel like they've had issues with Levi's for the last over decade with that stadium constantly having to fix it.
You
So I
can't
think
really
it's a
have day games there in September and October.
yeah.
They don't get along with Santa Clara.
I think it's a mix of everything. I think it's the stadium sucks that they spent way too much money on. I think they have a lot of money going out and signing bonuses. So like, hey, maybe they're trying to do, I don't know. Like I know Mark Cuban was talking about how sports owners need to get into real estate. Maybe they're trying to look for a real estate guy to try and invest some of this money and like
Well, you got to remember with the Niners, they're invested in a lot of things like Niners Enterprises. They have like over 50 investments. Leeds United is a big one. I think they're looking into another soccer team right now, a Scottish team, the Rangers. I mean, they have a lot of money tied up. And now they have a lot of money tied up in older football players who are injured. And they may feel like they need cash. Who
yeah, like
knows?
I think I think it's a mix between, investing, they have a lot of money going out on this team. They're going to be paying a lot of money in luxury tax and they have a bad stadium. Like I feel like Levi's was such a bust that yeah, I think it's catching up because they've put a ton of money into Levi's since putting a ton of money into building Levi's. Like you remember the first couple years, like they had to like replace the grass like 5 times or something. They had to replace the grass like a bunch because it kept flooding.
Yeah.
So my guess is, yeah, I think that's also why Kyle's on the hot seat. Like, bro, we're not going to be shelling out cash. We're selling part of the team because we can't shell out cash like this anymore.
Yeah, like, dude, your decisions are forcing us or compelling us to sell part of the team. There are consequences here, man. I mean, it'd be interesting to go and calculate how much money the Niners have paid Debo, Ayuk, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey.
In signing bonuses, yeah, it's probably a lot.
Yeah,
Plus
I mean, they've
Purdy,
spent
whatever
so
Purdy
much.
gets.
Just
Like,
when you go again, when you're in the Super Bowl, it's great, but when you're 6-11, it's like, what?
yeah, yeah. Like, and I'm just curious. Like, the reason I think like the investment side is because they're looking for a solid 10%. I'm always curious why teams don't do what the Packers do, and they like designate a percentage that can be bought by fans. Like, especially teams with massive fan bases like the Niners. Like, bro, that'd get bought up so fast. You guys would make so much money selling like small shares so that fans could say they're owners in the Niners.
Well, look, we got Brady as a part owner of the Raiders. If you could pick one former player to buy in and be a part owner of the Niners, who would you like?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I mean, I want to like default to. I'm trying to think of a non-Niner because it's so easy to be like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice,
Steve Young.
Yeah. Honestly, Magic Johnson, but he's already at the Commanders. But every team he touches turns to gold. Dodgers, Lakers, Commanders. They all flip on their head when he comes. So I don't know, man. Anyone but Michael Jordan because he's a anyone but Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan was the worst former player owner ever. I'd probably want like a former Niner. Like, I don't know. Jerry would be great. I love Jerry. I think Jerry would be a great former player.
Tom Jensen says the owners voted last year to allow themselves to sell a 10% stakes. Several teams doing it now.
Yeah, several broke teams are doing it now.
How about T.O.? T.O. is part owner of the team.
Okay. Let's throw him in with an ownership group with Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green and get it going. Let's get the ownership.
No, Magic Johnson's one of the richest athletes ever, right? I mean, that's why he's.
Hey, LeBron, I guess. LeBron, yeah, I'm thinking about athletes who actually have the money to spend $900 million.
Yeah, LeBron would be one.
LeBron, Tiger Woods, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, I think would be the only athletes that actually.
I don't think Tiger Woods would give a shit, but I think LeBron
I don't either.
might. Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, he's put together some terrible teams, man.
Yeah, LeBron's a Cowboys fan. Never mind. He's not welcome. And
that's a good point.
Not the GOAT, so
he might be more on like the Michael Jordan spectrum of owners are just terrible.
Yeah.